in order to do that, you got to enjoy the process. Because if you're failing and you're not understanding that failure makes you develop the skill a little bit better and makes you build that trader, that professional trader, due to those losses and due to those failures, I think you're not going to get there if you don't understand that is what makes you.
Eduardo, how long have you been trading again, man?
Like 8 years.
8 years. And I think if I remember correctly, didn't you start with a $2,000 account and then you made it to 7 figures?
I did, but actually I blew up a few times before that. So I did that since 2020.
Yep.
That $2,000 account, thanks to that incredible market.
Yep.
I was like really prepared because of the, maybe 4 or 5 years before.
Yeah.
And then I made that like for 3 years. So
explain that. What do you mean like you were really prepared because of the years before?
Yeah, because you got to know that the process is what makes you develop the skill. And if you develop the skill, then if some opportunity comes up, you're ready to size in order to seize that opportunity. So
how much time did you have before that 2020 account started? Cause you had experience, right? It's what I'm trying to get to, right? Because someone's gonna see this and they're gonna think, man, I can get $2,000 right now.
Of course, let me get it to 1 million. That's
exactly,
it, right?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this before, and I think people don't understand that small games like really add up.
Yeah.
And if you have like a $2,000 account, if you want that $1 million, it's not going to be from one day to another. It's going to be like a process. It's going to be like maybe those $50 gains, maybe those $100 gains. They stack, as Kunal said, right? And I think people are forgetting that because they want that huge, big win, and they want that $1 million. And when you try to understand how to get to $1 million from $2,000 account, you have to be like $100 here, $100 there, $100 there. And it takes time, obviously. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of loving and enjoying the process.
Yep.
But if you do, like eventually it'll come down to you. So
it's interesting too that you said, as soon as I asked you that question, you said, well, I did blow up a couple accounts before.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Everyone does that. But it's like people forget. They just think that you went from, it's just, people hear the limelight, the flashy thing, and they like the headline. They're like, oh my God, like if I can't do this too in one account, and then I'm a failure. And it's not the case. Like you failed multiple times to get to where you are today.
Totally.
Which is so awesome.
Yeah, I think in order to do that, you got to enjoy the process. Because if you're failing and you're not understanding that failure makes you develop the skill a little bit better and makes you build that trader, that professional trader, due to those losses and due to those failures, I think you're not going to get there if you don't understand that is what makes you. Like if you win all the time, like you don't even understand what you're doing. But if you lose and you understand, hey, this is a system where I have my downsides and I have my upsides, and my upsides are this way and my downsides are this way, then I get to know myself so I can perform better in the markets.
If you did start over though, let's just say you did start over, right? How would you do anything different if like you started over in 2020 with a $2,000 account? How would you, and that's the 2020 market conditions, let's say now, but it's the same condition in terms of the account size. How would you expedite that process to do it maybe faster than what you did it now?
I would detach from money. Like I used to be really aware of, I have this expense and I have this opportunity to make money in the market. So I will, try to make this $100 a day so I can pay for my bills and stuff.
Yes.
So if I could detach from money and I could focus on process more and I could focus on how to, take advantage of the setups that the market gives you, maybe try to be smaller in size so I can be able to make mistakes and don't blow my account.
Yep.
I think that will make maybe a lot faster the learning curve, obviously.
I'm very curious on how did you get to that point now though? Like how did you detach yourself from the money? At some point you must have, right?
I think I got too detached and now I'm like, I trade points and not like money.
Yeah.
And I even have a dollar in my desk, so I can understand that point will eventually, get stuff for you. Like money is a tool, and you can. But when you get so detached from it, and you only like trade points, that can backfire on you also. So sometimes I got like a little bit detached from it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's a matter of process more than being aware of the money that you're trading or not. Like the processes will, if you understand what this profession gives you in the long run, you will understand that eventually if you're good at it and if you're enjoying the process of being good at it, I think you're not gonna be worried about money in 10 years.
Hey, we wouldn't be able to do these face-to-face interviews if it wasn't for our sponsor, Cobra Trading. So if you can just give them a few seconds of your time, we'd really appreciate it. Cobra Trading is the go-to broker for day traders and short sellers. And I'm not the only one saying this. In fact, Benzinga awarded Cobra Trading as the go-to broker for short selling. They have a heavy focus on direct market access order routing, so you have the fastest execution. They have some of the best locate prices and availability. They also have amazing customer service. I've experienced many different brokers, and it's why I use them every single day and why I'm proud to have them as our sponsor. Sign up now by clicking the Be the Trader referral link below and earn 1 free month of software with Cobra and 25% off all commissions. Now let's get back to the show.
And that long-term vision, that I think that's something that people don't quite resonates very well nowadays. We want this like really
everyone's
quick.
showing on TikTok, Instagram, like I did it this fast, I did it this fast, I did it this fast.
Totally.
It's like we all want it like right now.
Totally. We do.
We do.
Actually.
Don't get me wrong. We all do.
Let's have that. But if you understand that this takes time, you don't get that excitement of those ticks going up and down. And you understand that a day it's just a day, but what lasts on the long run is the process. Then it's better that way.
Before we wrap this up, though, you said something that I haven't heard before, and that was it can also be a bad thing to be so detached. Like, what do you mean? Like, why? Like, did you have an experience that you experienced that?
Yeah,
like,
sometimes I get to see my bills, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I live. The way I live it, not thinking about the money, because that's the only way to trade. And if you translate that into other part of your life, it might be a little, different from what I'm used to. That it's working on a budget and stuff. So sometimes that detached kind of thing, like it really can backfire you. So you got to be on the ground, of course, and with your feet on the ground and understanding that what you're trading gets you stuff. Like money pays for things. But if you're all the time thinking that you're gonna pay something with what you're trading, you're screwed. So I think like all these years what I've learned is you gotta have a balance. You're not, if you're too detached, like a monk or something like that, it's gonna be hard to trade because you're gonna translate it into your life. But if you're too attached to money, you're not gonna trade the setups. So I think it's a balance, honestly.
Absolutely, it's not one way or the other, right? A lot of us tend to be black and white, and trading is definitely not that way. And if you have any questions regarding anything that Eduardo is talking about, we're going to have links below to his social media. But again, thanks again, my brother.